Good morning. My name is John Talley. We've been going to church here in a couple of months, 50 years. It's hard to believe. We're celebrating FCA Day here at church, and I would like to take a moment to do a commercial. Thank you. This church loans us rooms, donates money, loans us vans to go all over. I didn't know if you knew this. FCA started here on campus the same year this church was formed in 1954. I didn't know if you knew that. I was figuring up, we average about 100 college students a year getting involved in doing things. We go to prisons. We have 5 FCAs here on campus in Stillwater. We have Saul, raise your hand back there. Saul, our son, does junior high FCA. Jake right here does middle school FCA. Trish does the high school. We have 2 college FCAs. We have a Bible study for high school coaches and a Bible study for OSU coaches going on. But you guys support us. And so in 31 years, I just started my 32nd year. We average about 100 college students going out and ministering to high schools. We do team building at our house. We average about 20,000 people a year that FCA reaches. Times 31 years, a little over 500,000 people, and it's your fault. No, think about it. Thank you. A lot of people think that when they get out of college, FCA is over, and it's not. You can always volunteer, like David and Pete and Dean and Rodney, who help do things behind the scenes that people really don't know about. So thank you. If you've ever, middle school, junior high, high school, college, volunteer to go rappelling, if you've ever done any of those things, would you raise your hand, please? See, I think people don't realize that. Now, I'm going to interview this young man, and he'll need to hold this. Tell us a little bit about who you are, where you're from. What do you do?
So my name is Isaia. I'm originally from Arizona, Santan Valley, Arizona. It's probably like an hour southeast of Phoenix. I went to college previously at Arizona State. I was there for 3 years. I played football there. And then I transferred here back in January. This journey's been really, really long. And honestly, I didn't ever expect I'd be in Stillwater, Oklahoma. It's a big change from Arizona. It's obviously back there I had my family, both my parents, my 3 sisters, 2 younger, 1 older. And, leaving home was definitely something that, I didn't have planned. That's part of the reason why I committed first to Arizona State. I want to stay home. I wanted to have the luxury of still being around my family, my circle and whatnot. But obviously God had different plans. And I ended up here in Stillwater. I really liked it out here. It's so, compared to where I was at, Tempe, Arizona, it's very peaceful, very calm. Very small. Anything over like 10-minute drive out here is far to me now, so I guess that's a good part. But I really like it, and I think it's been good for me to kind of, honestly, I probably needed it to get out of my home state and kind of grow more as a person and mature a little bit, and just not having to, obviously I probably lucked out having my mom for whenever I need something, I'd call her probably too much and ask for stuff, and she'd help me out, so it's probably good that I'm over here. Growing up, and like I said, just maturing, just in life, in my faith, just all the above, so yeah.
Okay, I've got some more questions, but no, I didn't think you held yesterday. In the game. Seriously, from when you got off the plane to be here, I noticed you sitting right back there in that corner. The very first weekend that you were here. And every second that you have time, you're in church. Why is church so important to you?
So yeah, I mean, I've been going to church my whole life. I grew up going to church. I think my parents did a good job with me and my sisters, just raising us in the church and making it just a priority for us. As I gotten older, towards the end of high school, college, is obviously, I moved out of my parents' house, and I kind of saw it as, it wasn't. I'm not going to heaven because my parents are saved. It's between me and my relationship with God, and yeah, I mean, that started to click for me a lot more. I think, like I said, when I got to college, I took it upon myself just to go to church at my old school, get involved with FCA there, and it's something that really important for me. And yeah, I mean, when I got here, the first thing I did, probably the first thing I got in here on like a Tuesday, I went on Instagram, typed in OSU FCA because I assumed they had one because I feel like most colleges do. And I saw they had like a meeting on, I think it was a Monday or whatever. So I just showed up. I didn't know anyone. No one invited me. I just showed up to there. I had to figure out what Gallagher was, but I figured it out. And so yeah, I showed up to FCA. Like I said, having the community full of believers is really important to me. Like I said, I feel like that's what I want to surround myself around, especially being out here with I don't know no one. I also have a team full of 120 guys, football, but obviously it's more than just about football. So I really wanted to get tapped in and just with a good group of believers and students and athletes and all the above, just so I could build that circle. Because like I said, for me, that's really important. And that's something that I had at Arizona State, that I had a really good circle, a really good unit of people that I could go to for anything. If I need prayer, or if I needed wisdom, or just all the above, friends that going through that daily life with me out there. So I wanted to find out quickly out here. So like I said, that first week I did that, and then I got invited to UHBC, and then I've been showing up ever since.
So let me see your stitches. When do you get those out?
I think today.
Today, okay. He's got a hard head. The last thing is, you've been involved with FCA. You show up every Monday and you do some things. What are some of the things that you've been involved with FCA?
I think the two that stick out to me are probably the college game days, where they have a bunch of like high school kids from I don't know where, probably I think Oklahoma or maybe out of state. But they show up to like a sporting event. They watch the game, and afterwards, like we have food, we like play games, and then we talk about Jesus, talk about our faith, and it's really cool seeing kids kind of like open up. Like obviously, once you're vulnerable with them, they kind of see that you really mean what you say. Then they start to open up to you, especially when you're an athlete. A lot of these kids want to play sports, so they open up to you, and then they kind of look up to you. So it's really cool seeing how like just me, just being a college athlete and believing in Christ, can have these kids so opened up and really excited to learn from me. You can really tell that when you start talking to them, they listen. So definitely the college game days, and then probably the coolest thing is going to the prisons. The prisons, when I first heard about it, I don't know what John was talking about. It sounded kind of crazy, but a couple of guys on the team done before, and everyone else FCA did before, so they kind of told me it was cool. I think I've gone twice now so far, but yeah, the prison's super cool. Just a bunch of guys that I guess, like I said, I didn't know what to expect going in, but like we do team building events, we talk, we get to know each other, and these guys are some of the most strongest dudes I've met in my faith. And I guess it could be surprising because, like you said, they're locked up and they don't have a lot of their privileges and whatnot, but just being able to talk with these dudes who you would think would be like discouraged and down and maybe depressed, which I'm sure a lot of them went through that, but just having faith in God, you can see how bright they are and how excited they are just to talk to us and share that. And being able to build those relationships. I know a lot of these guys have gone to the prison multiple times, so a lot of them are the same guys over and over again. So just having that relationship that they build up with them every single time is really cool. And yeah, I'm looking forward to going back.
What you don't realize, what do you weigh, 300? 305? I was testing his faith because in team building, one of the last things we do is a trust fall where you fall backwards into people's arms. And so 10 inmates caught him off a 5-foot ledge. And you're 6'4", 6'5"?
6'5".
And so, yes, his faith has grown a lot. And I saw it. Thank you. Would you give Isaia a hand?